What's doing, everybody? It is Shane here for Waiting to be Seen for this week's Vlog Friday, and I'll give you 5 of the resources that I've used in terms of making video content for the last 18 years. So if you think that's going to be something of interest, stick around. This is how we do it. Making videos is thirsty work. Now, I have been making videos for about 18 years. Any kind of visual endeavor that you're working on needs to have resources. Because I've had recognition of prior learning given to me this week, so I've got a certificate for in screen and media, it got me thinking about how did I get to this point, and a big part of that is the resources I've had access to. So I'm going to share with you 5 of the resources that I have used. Hopefully some of those are still applicable and might be of interest and of use to you guys if you are a content creator as well. These are not in any particular order. I'm just giving you 5 resources that I thought of because, you know, 5's a nice number when it comes to making this kind of video. So let's get started. So the first resource that I thought I'd share is YouTube itself. I mean, you're watching my video on YouTube, so awesome, you know about YouTube clearly, but for me personally, over the last, let's say 12, almost 13 years, it has been a repository of 2 kinds of resource for me. Oh man, that looks so good. I wonder how they did it. I wonder if I can do that. Getting some inspiration is one of the key resources YouTube's been for me. And the second one, which is probably even more important, has been information. YouTube is an absolute cache, an absolute visual library of how-to videos, and they're all free. If you know something and you're willing to pay that forward, to just share that for the wider creative community, it's brilliant. I mean, that's very much why I'm doing today's video, because these are some of the things that have helped me, and I'm hoping they'll be able to help you. In thinking of YouTube, that then made me think about the second resource, which I've been using in more recent times, and that's royalty-free music. When I first started making video content, I really didn't give a rip, to be honest, about copyright or not. If it sounded good and it was in the top 40, then I'd probably use it. And even if it meant just finding some kind of instrumental version of it, I'd then put it into videos. Today, I'm much more inclined to use royalty-free music because I don't want to get a copyright strike when it comes to YouTube. Social media is also doing that a lot more now. It's just easy, and actually it's a lot cheaper today than it has ever been before. So, for example, I personally use Artlist. This isn't an ad for them, it's just what I use. And the reason I do that, it's $200 for the year, and just based on the vlogs alone. If I'm making a video every week, that's 52 videos, makes it less than $4 for 1 music track per video. And for a bit of inside information, I actually use 2 to 3 music tracks per video most of the time. And so it's getting even cheaper than $4 per music track. When it's that affordable, there's no reason why you can't be making your video content with legal music choices. The third resource that I could think of is Video Copilot. And not just Video Copilot, but that's the illustration that I want to use. It's other online tutorial content. I was just learning how to do motion graphics, how to play around with After Effects, and I stumbled on Video Copilot, which I think as at this point have still well over 160, maybe 170 completely free online tutorials on how to use After Effects. If you've ever tried learning After Effects yourself, you know the learning curve is like, it's so steep. So having somebody that can proverbially hold you by the hand and walk you through that learning curve is awesome. And so Video Copilot were great. And not only the tutorials, they then expanded. There's a whole bunch of resources that they made available. And again, you know, for what it is, if you're making a lot of content yourself, then pay for it. Personally, I think that we ought to be so proud of the content we're making that we're willing to invest in it ourselves. Because if we're not willing to invest in our own content, then why would anybody else want to? And so paying a little bit of money so that you can increase the production value by having some sound effects or having some optic flares or having whatever that might be, that speaks to the people that are watching. I think that you value the content you're making, you value their time in watching it, and it's a win all around. So get on board. Speaking of free things though, that is actually resource number 4. There are plenty of free resources available. So one of the ones that I thought I'd talk about is Pexels. they have some really amazing free stock images, and even in maybe the last 2 years, can't remember exactly how long it's been, but they've started to release video content as well. So you can get access to images and you can get access to some of their video content. All around brilliant. So while I'm encouraging you to pay where things ought to be paid for, don't neglect the free stuff that's also out there. And then the fifth resource is another paid option, and that is actually the whole Envato marketplace. Now, as with all of these resources I'm talking about, these are not paid presentations, okay? I'm just talking about stuff that I have personally used over the last X amount of years. And so the Envato marketplace has been one of those, definitely, for sure. Images, Photoshop, vector, video, music, templates, a whole range of stuff, and it's all fairly competitively priced. The resources are there. Make use of them. Yes, we are creating content, and I can just stand here or sit here, as the case may be, and present to camera. But if I present to camera and I make use of some of these additional resources, it's going to up the production level of what I'm making and what you're making, and that just makes for better products that people are going to be more interested and more inclined to watch, I think. So that is that. If you've enjoyed today's video, then please click on the like button down below. If you think that all of the other content that I have here with Waiting to Be Seen might be of interest to you, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? Click on the big red subscribe button down below. Click on the notification bell right alongside that and join the notification squad. And YouTube, they'll do the rest. They'll let you know as soon as the latest content drops week to week. And I would be so thrilled to have you join me for this journey on YouTube in this Waiting to Be Seen channel. I mean, come on. Thanks so much for stopping by. This is Shane for Waiting to Be Seen. And hey, have a great weekend. Hope the week looks brilliant for you. And I'll see you next Friday. Bye.
That's gonna leave a mark.
What?